Freddy Fazbears Pizzeria Simulator is the 6th installment of the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise. Over the many years of FNaF, most fans have become desensitized to the average jump scare, so this game would have to somehow subvert our expectations. When Five Nights at Freddy's 4 came out, I thought that was the peak in terms of horror. I mean, what could be more scarier than listening intensely for breathing just to be jump scared when you least expect it? FNaF 4 was and still is a horror masterpiece. But Pizzeria Simulator takes terror to a whole other level. This game plays on your mind, and instead of relying on jump scares, this game uses audio to build up tension and stresses the player out as much as possible. When you first start off the game, it comes off as a friendly 8-bit styled game. But when you feed all the kids, the game begins to glitch. Instead of pizza, you begin to fire a Shadow Freddy. Then it cuts to the player sitting right in front of Scrap Baby, and you have to test the animatronic by playing audio prompts to see if it is still functional or not. After a few audio prompts, Baby turns off the cassette tape and looks right up at you. And this terrified me when I first played the game. After the interview, you are taken into the innocent pizzeria tycoon as if nothing ever happened. You are given $100 to spend for your pizzeria. Once you're finished customizing your pizzeria, you can press done and go into the office segment. During the office gameplay, Scott uses a bunch of tricks to terrify us. One example of this is how Scott uses the player's agency over what happens during the nights. In other FNaF games, excluding Sister Location, you are meant to sit in your office until 6 AM, while fending off animatronics that are trying to kill you. Well, that's not how it works in this game. Instead, you are given a computer with tasks, and if you ever want to get out of this old, creepy, and run-down office, you'll have to complete all of your tasks. So you have two options as a player. Number one, you can either play it slow and safe by checking up on the animatronics after every task, or number two, you can do multiple tasks at a time and rarely check up on the animatronics. Both strategies install fear and tension into the player, as you lack the information you need to know as to where the animatronics are. Could they be on the opposite side of the vent? Or are they 5 feet from my face? This leads to the second stress that the game incorporates in order for you to stay terrified throughout the whole night, and that is having the desire to stay quiet. To hear the animatronics in the vents, you will need absolute silence. This seems easy, right? Well, you'd be completely wrong, because everything you do makes a lot of sound that drowns out all the sounds around you and draws the animatronics into your office. This gameplay decision to have every step you take to get closer to victory and putting you in immediate danger is genius, as there's never a moment where you're not on your toes. This agency you have over how fast or slow you want to take the night also leads to no direct strategy for beating the nights. In every FNaF game, excluding FNaF 4, there's a simple and unfailing strategy that you can take to beat the nights. For example, in FNaF 1, you have to occasionally watch Foxy and Freddy to stall their movement, while also checking the doors to see if Bonnie or Chica are at your doors. If they are, you have to shut the doors to keep them from entering your office. This type of gameplay doesn't add up any tension, as you know where the animatronics are, you know how to stop them from entering your office, and you will know when Freddy moves or when Foxy is about to run at your door. This doesn't lead to that gut-wrenching feeling Pizzeria Simulator has, where you're going off of pure instinct alone to decide if you should finish one more task, or if you should stop the task halfway through and lose all of your progress just to stay safe. Another way Pizzeria Simulator gives you anxiety is when they give us the direct consequences from our past actions made previously in the game. Now let's say I accepted this ad that gives me $200. When I start the night, everything starts off perfectly, but then, boom! I don't know about you guys, but when an ad plays during the night segment, it is the most powerful feeling, as it blares out a loud noise into the vents at any given time, when the whole point is to stay quiet. You also lose sense as to where the animatronics are, you get interrupted mid-task and the animatronics will start making their way down to your office. And it makes the feeling worse, as you now realize that you could have prevented this if you haven't have taken the sponsorship. And it feels deserved too. In the other FNaF games, some of the deaths feel cheap and unfair, but in this game, most of the deaths are entirely your fault, because your past actions can lead to terrible consequences. Which leads me to my final point as to why Pizzeria Simulator is the scariest FNaF game. The interview section goes like this. You are sitting across the table with an animatronic right in front of you, and you are tasked with evaluating the animatronic to see if it is in working order or not. There are a total of 5 times an audio clip will play, After each audio clip, you have to flip up the paper and check off one of the boxes. Now, if you notice that the animatronic moved, you can shock it. But the problem with this is that if you shock the animatronic more than 3 times, the salvage value will go down significantly. This can lead to horrifying moments in the gameplay, where you start second-guessing your decisions. Did he just move, or am I over-exaggerating? Was he always in that position, or is my brain playing tricks on me? These are questions you will be asking yourself when you're making hard decisions throughout the interview. And with the little time you are given, it can lead to terrifying jump scares. And it's also worth mentioning, if you get jump scared during the interview, you can't start again, and the animatronic will automatically enter your office. And there's a small chance you can get a lawsuit because of this. Having the game transition into 3 sections is genius, because as you are in the tycoon section of the game, you will have a looming fear of the next office segment, which you will inevitably have to do. This always had me trying to find a reason to stall in the tycoon section, so that I wouldn't have to go through the terrifying survival segment of the game. So overall, Freddy Fazbears Pizzeria Simulator is my favorite FNaF game in terms of horror, and it is the most stressful FNaF game ever. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. I would genuinely love to know what you guys think about Pizzeria Simulator. And with that, guys, I'm gonna wrap up today's video here. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave it a big old thumbs up and subscribe if you guys are new. Make sure to turn on the post notification bell so you guys are always notified when a new video or live stream comes up by me again. Stay safe, stay happy, take it easy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody.